gonna do another donation stream in like a week or two because I don't think I could sing again for a while, and I want to continue the karaoke stream, but I don't want to destroy my voice, so I'm gonna wait. It won't be part of the same campaign, but whatever. It all goes to the same charity, so it'll be fine. Yeah, you could say my energy level is like perfect for a charity stream too. It's just like, wow, I'm just like a fountain of fucking energy right now. Just like, whoa, I'm bouncing off the fucking walls, man. You see it? Oh, wow, I'm bouncing around the fucking walls, man. It's crazy shit. Holy fuck, you know? Eloquence at its finest. Wow, yeah. Powerful things are happening. I think you could sing. Okay. It's true that all the men you knew were dealers who said they were through with dealing every time you gave them shelter. I know that kind of man. It's hard to hold the hand of anyone who is reaching for the sky just to surrender. Meth crash? No, I think it's because I took melatonin last night to sleep. And I don't know. When I do that, the next day is always a little rough to get started. And it's been really, really rough one this time around. Ben Shapiro, yeah. I don't know. A lot of his stuff is like too boring to even watch on stream. I had a tough time getting up this morning. I did. Or, well, this afternoon. It was like, I don't know. I first woke up, it was like 12. I just could not get out of bed, and I stayed there for a while. I got a text message from Paul saying, hey, do you want to do this State of the Union thing? Instead of our normal grease trap time, you want to do like State of the Union grease trap on Sunday? I was like, hell yeah, Sunday. Rock on, bro. Cool. And then I looked at the message again when I finally got a little bit more awake at like 3 or 4, and I was like, wait, this doesn't say anything about Sunday. State of the Union is tonight. What the fuck is going on? And it's like, oh, okay, I agreed to do it tonight. Like, oh, fuck, all right. So tonight on for Past Instructions Patreons, we will be doing the State of the Union. But I figured I'd come and talk to you guys first, you know, because why not? Maybe you guys will wake me up a little. Well, I don't usually take melatonin that much. I only take it when I'm like desperately insomnia riddled. And, you know, so that I don't really build up that tolerance to it. But if I take it regularly, I will build up a tolerance pretty quick. And so I don't do it like that. I just use it when I, like, really, really need it. But then the next day, I'm this. So, you know, it's not necessarily worth it, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on aggressive NATO expansion having a hand in this? You know, I think that you can always, it's like a chicken or an egg thing, right? Where it's very unclear where something began. I do think, you know, in the absence of NATO, obviously Putin and Russia are going to still, I mean, they're going to expand outward even more aggressively. You know, NATO exists to contain them, right? So you take away that containment, they're not just going to be like, oh, well, now we're peaceful and totally happy to exist within these borders. You know, I don't believe that the presence of NATO has made them imperialistic. So I don't know that I buy that line of bullshit, but I can definitely see how the placement of those forces at the borders of Russia could agitate them. If there were aggressive military entities making overtures to infiltrate Canada or something, we would probably react in a pretty similar fashion. So there is some logic to it, I guess. But, on some level it's bullshit. On some level it's true. That basically is like all of geopolitics and pretty much giving my take on anything. It's like, oh, yeah, I guess kind of on one level. But if you look at it from another way, no. The bold stance of kinda. There was no aggressive NATO expansion. Every member requested to join in as opposed to Russia. Well, I guess you're just disagreeing with what I mean by aggressive. We don't really actually disagree. It's just like a stupid semantic thing. So whatever, yeah. The expansion, then. We don't need to just take the word aggressive out of it and just expansion of NATO. There you go. Hello, you gorgeous weirdo. Hello. Poop. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Very true. I've managed to carve out a position on this Ukraine-Russia stuff that I'm viewed as a warmonger, but also as a pacifist. I don't know how I managed that, but I did. So, yay for me. I managed to piss off everyone, and, that's pretty cool. My voice is deep today. This is just my normal speaking voice. This is when I'm not putting on the character or whatever the fuck it is. This is just how I actually talk. So, yeah. When I get louder, my voice gets more high pitched. But when I'm just speaking in a normal inside voice, this is pretty much how I sound. TJ, the enlightened centrist. See, but it's not centrism, because if I was an enlightened centrist, I would be able to carve out a position that was literally so bland it wouldn't offend anyone. But I've managed instead to carve out a position that is too extreme in both directions. I don't know how, but I've done it. It sounds depressed. Well, it is. Good eye, good ear, rather. NATO sucks and Russia sucks. There really isn't a good guy. Well, it's geopolitics. You're looking for a good guy among nation states. I mean, you're in the wrong lineup. This is literally. I mean, it's like American politics. Lesser of two evil shit. I'm convinced if we didn't have the lesser of two evil choice, we'd have no choices at all, which I kind of think is true. But whatever. I want to be honest. I have autism. I really don't understand this war too much. Would this war affect anyone with autism if affects America? I have no idea what the fuck you're asking me. If America was nuked off the face of the map, autistic people would also be disintegrated in the nuclear fire. So I can tell you that much. Will there be a World War III? I doubt it. So I severely doubt it. But, you never know, right? Could happen. I happen to think that the people of Russia are human beings and thus just as scared of nuclear annihilation as we are. So I kind of think that, Russia, crap, this is all distraction. Cynic, would you please just shut the fuck up? You're such a fucking idiot, dude. Just stop. You've lost touch with reality. Go fucking jerk off to your D&D fantasy world and quit fucking trying to impose your fucking distorted, twisted view of reality on other people. The rest of us would like to actually have a conversation that takes place in this universe, not the one where there's a goddamn screen around the world projecting space, all right? Like, you decided to fucking untether yourself from reality a while ago, and now you don't get to talk about real shit. Information warfare, dude. Fuck off. I don't have the patience for it today. I can't fucking, I can't humor you today, all right? What is a distraction from lizard people or some dumb shit? He's fucking off as a fucking rocker, all right? He needs meds. He needs a fucking psychiatrist. He needs mental health care. It's just like sad. Now you won't shut up? Okay, well, here, how about this? I'll just shut you up then. Bye. You can write me on Facebook. I'll let you back in here when I feel like putting up with your shit some more. I didn't unhide him. What the fuck? Somehow I hit him and then unhit him. He's got like the power to unhide himself. Oof. Hide user on this channel. Yes. I'll let you back in at some point, Cynic, but not today. I don't feel like dealing with you today. I feel like actually talking to people who understand what's really going on in the world, not fucking lunatics. Thanks. So you get that tattoo removed, whatever. I never asked him to get a fucking tattoo of my name. Cynic's insanity is too powerful to be hidden. Maybe so. But, see, that was my act of cyber warfare against him. He was trying to spread the truth, but I curtailed it. I stopped it. The lizard people created a moon base, and they project lies into the skies to deceive your eyes. I know it because my gut told me. It's like, that's called that's called schizoaffective disorder, okay? You need to go fucking get some drugs. Not meth. Meth is exacerbating it. You need to go on something that fucking actually helps with your mental problems. What's your beverage of choice today? Iced coffee. Is anyone here old enough to remember watching the Iraq War on TV? Yeah, I am. Not the original, not the first Gulf War, but I remember watching the Gulf, Gulf War II, Iraq War, whatever you fucking call it. It wasn't even that long ago. I mean, TJ is Illuminati confirmed. Dude, I wish. If the Illuminati approached me and they're like, hey, we're the Illuminati, we want you to join, I'd be like, all right, yeah, let's do this. I wish there was an Illuminati. It'd be, honestly, I would find the idea that there is an Illuminati or a New World Order to be a comforting thought, because it would mean someone was in control. I don't believe anyone's in control. I think that people who believe in the NWO are naive and overly optimistic. I wish. It's cherry done. That drive is done, but we're gonna do a second drive that we're gonna push for some more changes. We're gonna try to get another $5,000 or so, and I want to say that we raised 10,000. So much scarier truth is that no one is in control. I know. The thing that weirds me out about it is like, if there was really a nefarious organization that controlled everything, they would have no need to hide. If they're really in control, they wouldn't need to use subterfuge. They would just be like, hey, we're your rulers. You have no choice. You know how I know that? Because human beings we already accept the fucking rule of people that we don't consent to. You know? Like, there's plenty of dictatorships across the globe where people are just like under the boot heel of this dictator or that. So what makes us think it would be any different for this? Why none of those dictators have to, hide behind some crazy subterfuge? Oh, we got to make them believe they're free. No, you don't. If you go to people and be like, you're a bitch and we own you, most people will go, okay. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you. They don't need to fucking lie to us. If there's really reptilian monsters that ruled the world, or whatever the fuck, demons, I don't know, they just come out and be like, hey, we own you. It's like, oh, all right. Well, I guess that's how it is. The subreddit already went over specifics. Make this TJ's echo chamber if you want. I don't understand what that means. The specifics of what? Not Cynic is in here now. Okay. Whatever. Ugh. What does Not Cynic say? How about I just act normal? No conspiracy crap at all. Or I just observe. I'll behave, I promise. All right, you know what? Fine. I don't know why I have a soft spot for you, Cynic, but I do. I'll let you be in here. All right. Unhide user. I'm not asking you to not ever do your stuff in here again, all right? I kind of like it sometimes. It's funny to me. But today I'm just not in the mood for it. Just like, I'll unhide you, but come on. Just like behave like you're at your grandma's house or something. I don't know. I don't know if you'd say you're whatever. You know what I'm fucking saying. Not Cynic, man. Jesus. The State of the Union, though, tonight. Wow. I would hate to be Joe Biden. I would not want to be that guy. Trying to fucking sell this shit to the American people. Oof. Would you guys want to be in his position? I wouldn't. I feel bad for him, honestly. I feel bad for Joe Biden having to come out here to the American people and try to fucking like polish up this dog turd of a fucking state of affairs and be like, look, things are great, you guys. Oh, man. Oof, Teach you're too much of a dictator with how you run your chat. No, I'm not. I do it fine. Marco Rubio boycotted it. Oh, wow, cool. Good. Good for him. Who cares? Marco Rubio can boycott being alive for all I give a shit. If this was a movie, the State of the Union would get nuked tonight. Yeah, well, Who's president then? Because Kamala will be there. Don't they have like a designated survivor? Isn't that the premise of some stupid TV show? Like the State of the Union gets bombed and then like some random dude that's just like the designated backup president just like takes the presidency or whatever. Uncle Joe can barely string a sentence together without flubbing. I know, it's really bad. You know, I'm not saying that everyone has to speak perfectly with everything that they say. I've certainly had my share of like flubs and stumbles as I talk, but Joe Biden is beyond the pale at this point. It's like he can't get through a single sentence without trailing off into some tangent or changing the meaning of the sentence midway through, or just flat out forgetting what he was saying and trailing off into nothing. It's like every time, everything he says becomes that way. And I just don't know how to process it. I don't know how to deal with that. You know, and I try to think of like things like, what could Joe Biden say tonight that would actually resonate with the American people? And anything I could think of in my mind would require him to be able to talk. So it's just like there's nothing you could do. You get it like, there's only so much, like, I bet you like for the first 20 minutes, he'll be remarkably lucid because they'll fucking pump him full of something, you know? They'll get him like a nice drug cocktail that, you know, makes him lucid for 20 minutes or so, but then it's gonna fade away, you know? And he's gonna like go back to mushmouth Biden. So maybe he just needs to like try to get through it as quick as possible. He just needs to be like, shut up, don't applaud me. I'm just gonna deliver some quick remarks and let the American people get back about their business, you know. I was trolling about the space projected screen. Space is fake narrative on stream. I can't believe you thought I was serious. Everything else is sincere, though. Oh my God, whatever. Okay. I think that Joe Biden, here's like the basic message I would try to craft if I was him, okay? If I was like the Joe Biden people, I'd be like, look, this country is divided between people who are trying to pull us radically to the left and radically to the right. And, you know, I'm here to try to find the middle ground. You know, people say maybe I'm too old, but maybe what I really am is just a little too old-fashioned because I believe, and maybe it sounds to some people to be silly or gauche or ridiculous, corny. Maybe it sounds like an empty platitude, but you know what? I believe in America. I believe that the American people, when faced with a choice between radical left and radical right, will choose to move forward the way we always have, with reason. You know, that kind of shit. Like, just like frame it as like, oh my God, this country is being pulled in two crazy different directions, and I'm just the centrist antidote. Basically the same way he won. You know, throw Bernie Sanders under the bus, play up the Trump hate, you know. Just be like, look, I'm the center of the road, Jack. You know, these Republicans, they won't work with me, man. Oh, just like paint a picture of an America that never was, you know, and just be like, wow, you know, people love nostalgia, even nostalgia for fucking fake shit that never was. Just like, there was a time in this country when the left and the right, we used to get together, form compromise and diplomatic solutions. Whatever happened to that? Now I try to reach my hand across the aisle, Jack, and they smack it away. You know? The amazing radical centrist. Well, I'm not saying what I'd want him to say. I'm saying what I think what he should say from where he's at. You know, the message that he should try to craft. Because there's no way you can fucking make what's going on look good, you know. There's very little he can highlight that's positive, so you got to like basically figure out where to shift the blame. And I would shift it on political radicals if I was Joe Biden. Oh, it's not my fault everything's fucked up. It's just this fucking war between this rabid, ravenous left, uncompromising, and this radical right-wing theocrat, you know, the Trumpies. They won't let things be normal. You know, it's these two factions that are just tearing America apart, and us everyday center Americans gotta get together, galvanize together, and show solidarity with one another. And we gotta elect compromise candidates, Jack, and we gotta, we gotta put this country back on course. You know, if you veer off the road to the right, you crash. If you veer off the road to the left, you crash. The only way not to crash is to stay right down the middle, Jack. That kind of bullshit. Where's Corn Pop? I want to see him. He is somewhere. I don't fucking know. We don't usually let him in here because there's too many wires and things. I stand with Mother Russia. Yeah, great, cool. Come on, Jack. I think, that's basically what Biden could do. But, I mean, it's going to be a shit show because he's not even going to try to do any of that. It's just going to be like he's going to try to literally sell us on the idea that, like, what's going on is good. You know, and anything is like, well, listen, Jack, inflation's happening, but it's going to stop real soon. Labor shortages, Jack. Well, it's going to stop real soon. Everything is just going to be like, it's just going to stop real soon, Everything is going to be over. Everything bad is just going to be over real soon for no reason. He's not going to propose anything that's specifically going to make it stop or fix it, but it's just going to stop, We were just fine a decade or two. Why would these psychopaths turn us against one another so easily? I mean, I don't know. Things really weren't fine a decade or two ago, There's pretty much always been political turmoil in this country. In fact, you look back at like the 1960s, it's almost the same issues we have today. Russia. Oh my God, Russia. They're going to come. And then there's, racial riots and protests. There was tons of race riots and stuff under like the Nixon administration and stuff. We're going to talk about that a lot when you guys see our Nixon episode in a few weeks or a month or whatever the fuck it's coming out. Yeah, we got a lot of really bad problems right now, but this is not. I mean, this country's been through some tumultuous times for sure. We were in a civil war at one point, right? So it's hardly new. The 90s were not too bad of a time for that kind of stuff. So, we had a very tumultuous time in the 60s and 70s. Very tumultuous time now. Very tumultuous time in the 30s with the economic collapse and World War II. There's obviously there's been a shit ton of fucking horrible stuff in this country's history. We go through patches of, I wouldn't say exactly stability, but patches of calmer time. And then we go through patches of crazy time. We're definitely in a patch of crazy time right now. But the weird thing about it is, in every other instance where we've had these crazy times, we've had leaders that rose up to the challenge to some degree. I guess not really so much in the 60s because that was like Nixon and stuff, but I mean, even Nixon, like, at least did some good things, like started the EPA and a few other things like that. Kennedy, he was shot, but he was, doing some things. But, back when it was like the tumultuousness in the 30s, had FDR, right? Civil War, we had Lincoln, we've had some great leaders that have risen up in like the worst times to lead this country through. And this time it's like we've got like the worst leaders you could possibly imagine. You know, it's people like Trump and Biden. Just like you couldn't think of less inspiring figures. You couldn't think of more just garbage human beings to lead the country. I don't know if it's just like the quality of our people has declined so much that this is the best we can do now. I mean, I don't know. If you click your fingers and Putin dies, would you use that power? No, I think that Putin would have to die in a very specific way for it to make a difference, okay? The only way that Putin's death would actually serve a positive purpose is if his own people rose up and killed him. If the people of Russia, stormed the Kremlin and dragged that fucker out and gutted him in the streets, then I think that would actually have a positive impact. But, me killing him or the U.S. government killing him or him dying in some other way would not make much of a difference. His death alone wouldn't do much. It would have to be under a very specific circumstance for it to actually be meaningful. When has there been a great leader? Not in like 30 years. It's been a long time. I think that, if we're talking about great leaders, it's been a long time. If we're talking about effective leaders, I don't think it's been that long. I mean, Bill Clinton, for all of his failings and flaws and, all that shit, I think was at least effective at his job. I think he was effective at governing, which is more than you could say for Biden, more than you could say for Trump, more than you could say for Obama, more than you could say for Bush. Actually, Bush was actually pretty good at pushing shit through, but he had the mandate after 9/11. So that was basically being president on easy mode. He had 90% approval rating. It's not that hard to fucking get shit through when 90% of the country approves you. And look what he did with it, right? Basically destroyed America, for the 17th time. Jimmy Carter was not a good president. I mean, he was a good person. That doesn't make him a good president, unfortunately. He did a lot of stupid shit. Obama was not incompetent, I would say. Obama was nothing, though. Obama didn't do anything. He was just like a placeholder. He was basically a lame duck president. The only thing that he accomplished of note in his entire 8 years in office was Obamacare, which is a pitiful, barely better than what we had before healthcare system. And, even as shitty and watered down as it was, the Trump administration watered it down even further. So, even his one legislative accomplishment that really stands out as like, wow, he really changed something, has been, sullied and watered down since then. Did you have a thought experiment? Is it possible that you are wrong? I mean, about X generic concept. Is it possible that I'm wrong about any given subject? Yes, of course. I don't have the ability to see every single variable that exists in the picture. Everyone's going off of partial information. And then the way that we interpret the information varies based on our personalities and experiences and so on. So obviously I can't claim infallibility. Chelsea came in here for a second, handed me this joint, took a few puffs with me, and then just left. Didn't say a fucking word. So I don't know what that was about. Now she's back, I guess. I guess she's watering plants. No, I was just wondering what you were doing. Thank you. She had no energy. I don't know. I think I'm drained because I took that melatonin. Presidents are largely defined in their closing months. Not really. They should be defined in their first 100 days. When they have like their strongest like force of a mandate, you know. Do you think who's American president matters as much as the entire party's current directive? Yeah, I think who's president matters a lot. I think it matters a lot more than people give it credit for. Joe's going to go at Putin and the bad boys he runs with a 6-foot chain and a rusty razor from a rain bucket. We'll all be fine. Amen. So what is the State of the Union? The State of the Union is that working class people are being bilked and robbed by billionaire elites who, even in times of record profits, lower wages for everyone else and raise salaries for themselves and give themselves gigantic bonuses. American unions have basically been dismantled. Any sort of like populist movement for economic reform is subverted by one of the two parties in different ways, but it's always subverted. There's no hope of pulling ourselves out of it because we're trapped in a gridlock pattern where we literally can't escape the power structure. They've figured out a way to pretty effectively hamstring our representative democratic voice, because they no longer have to do it. They realize they don't have to do anything for us to actually win. Even as recently as like, I don't know, the 90s and 2000s maybe. I think Obama really was the president that ended the idea that you have to actually do something for people, because he made all these grandiose promises and he didn't deliver on any of them, and he maintained popularity, and they started to realize like, hey, we don't actually have to do anything for these people. All we have to do is just like shit on the other side so much that people are afraid of them coming to power, and then we don't have to do anything except for just not be the other side, and everyone will fall for it. And so far, so good. Joe Biden's biggest strength is he's not Trump. If you're a Trump supporter, Trump's biggest strength is he's not Biden, because none of these guys do shit. Trump promised some stuff at least. Like, at least Trump is still kind of traditional in that he like told people he was going to do some stuff, but he really didn't do any of it. So it's pretty much meaningless. They're like, they figured out a way to like basically just maintain the status quo, which is good for them and bad for everyone else, and perpetually do it. And they realize we're never going to like rise up and, do anything to them other than just vote for the other guy. It's like, oh no. And then you'll vote for me again in 4 years, right? Yeah, probably. Oh, okay, cool. So we just oscillate between like fascism blue and fascism red, and they got us by the balls. And I've I've sat for many nights just like contemplating like how the fuck do we get out of this? And I don't see a way out. You know, I don't really see how we get out of it. Well, I see one path out, but it's like I can't even advocate for it because, you know. So anyway, you know, there's no political solution though. Within the context of our current system, I don't see the solution. Now maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe, you know, maybe there's some way that, you know, we could, through extraordinary popular support, push through a candidate that, you know, they don't want, but I doubt it. They've become really adept at making sure we can't get our way. Under what circumstances would you say an invasion is justified? I mean, that just depends on a specific instance. You can't, you know, you can't fucking just be like, oh, well, when in a general sense is an invasion justified, you know? You'd have to look at very specific details of a specific situation. You can't just have some, like, rule of thumb on that. Hence why I don't vote anymore. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone for not voting. As for whether I vote or not, I mean, it just kind of depends on the election cycle. I'll take a look at what's on offer, and I'll be like, all right, well, here's why I'm going to vote this time. Here's why I'm not going to vote this time. I don't have any sort of like long-standing vote or don't vote sort of principle. I used to think I was a like don't bother to vote guy, but I kind of just realized that it was just like the circumstances of the elections that were happening. So what actually gets me out there to vote, I think, is when there's a Republican president in office that I just hate and I just want something else because I'm tired of looking at their fucking face. Because like the first time I voted was Kerry over Bush. And I was like, I just don't want to fucking. I didn't care for Kerry. I thought he was like pretty fucking tepid, but I was like, you know, I'm tired of Bush. I hate his guts. I want him gone. But he, you know, Bush won. And then I didn't vote for a while. And I wanted to vote for Obama because I thought he was cool. But there was some problem with my voter registration. Didn't go through or something like that. And then I voted for Biden because I was like, well, yeah, fuck Trump. I hate Trump. But I didn't really think much of Biden either. So like the only time I've actually only cast votes in two presidential elections for Kerry and for Biden, two guys I think are pretty much equally uninspired, bland dog shit. But it was both times I basically voted against a guy I didn't like. That was it. So I can see why the strategy is so effective because it works on me. It's like, oh yeah, I hate that guy. Let's get him out. And then you get some fucking equally uninspired fucking bullshit. And that's pretty much it, you know, like, you know, that's the game they play. But, you know, hey, if I didn't participate, whatever, you know, maybe Trump wins, you know, not Trump in winning or losing based on my participation. But, you know, let's say enough people like me are like, I ain't going to fucking bother. Trump wins and he does his Trump shit. It's whatever. And the country sucks. Or Biden wins, he does his Biden shit, and the country sucks, you know? It wasn't like there was an actually good candidate. You know? Sometimes I'll see a guy I think has some fucking potential. And not just dudes that I fucking have like a list of shit I agree with. Like, you know, back in the day, I remember looking at Howard Dean as a candidate and being like, you know what? I kind of like this guy, you know? He wasn't a radical. He didn't have like a strong lefty agenda. He was just, you know, a fucking guy that was TJ, what would you say if I told you I'm Jesus and I would say you're a crazy person, but thanks for the money. You know, Howard Dean was not some kind of like crazy fucking lefty candidate with a laundry list of, economic populist reforms that I liked. But you know what? He had some fire to him. And he seemed like he had a little bit of a set of balls, And I liked how he'd get pissed off at people. They'd come to him and, he was very aggressively pro-LGBT, which was cool. They'd come to him and they'd be like, oh, I don't like them faggots or whatever. And he'd be like, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, man, that dude's cool. He called that guy a piece of shit for being fucking anti-gay. That's cool. I like him. And they destroyed him, They destroyed him with a fucking sound bite. Woo! The Howard Dean scream killed him. The scream didn't kill him. The media playing his scream 100 times a day as if it was like some actual scandal killed him. So it's like, oh, well, he's gone because they didn't like him. He was a little bit too irascible for them. They wanted someone that's more measured. Yes, I will be president. And so they killed his candidacy, stuffed him in some fucking, DNC job, and now he's he's watered down piece of bullshit. But but sometimes someone will resonate with the people. But they don't fucking make it. Bernie, he's fucking attracting crowds of tens of thousands, while Hillary is attracting crowds of tens, but she wins. Oh, fuck. How does that work? Same thing with the Biden thing. But Joe Biden couldn't attract a fucking fly, but somehow all the voters turn out for him, It's like, oh, okay. Cool. Well, the problem with a guy like Bernie is the same problem with a guy like Trump. Is that, they inspire all this love, but they also inspire all this hatred and fear because they oh no, they might change things, So, it's basically like these certain personalities that people go vote based on on that person, but they don't always vote for that person. So, what we didn't count on with Bernie Sanders is that a bunch of people would show up just to vote against him. A bunch of people would show up just because they're scared of him. Oh, no, we don't want that Bernie shit. We don't want to become a communist party or whatever. All the old, ancient, befuddled fucking people who are in the nursing home who really don't even... what do you even give a shit about which direction anything goes? You're almost dead anyway. But they fucking bring their reanimated corpse asses out to go vote for fucking Joe Biden. And now here we are with some bland piece of shit that doesn't reflect any of the fucking populist sentiments that's in this country. Because you know what? Say what you want, but an election between Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump would have actually been reflective of the true values of America. A fucking bout between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is basically just like, Donald Trump, who represents right-wing America, and Joe Biden as the librarian going, shh, no, shh, shush, shh, shh. Everyone just shh. There's nobody. Do you live in fear, TJ? I think anyone who's not afraid of what's going on in this country is not paying attention. So yes, I live in fear, as all reasonable people should at this point in our history, because there's a lot to be afraid of. There's a lot of horrible, horrible paths forward and not a lot of fucking good ones. There's not a lot of ways out. So I would say I live in a reasonable amount of fear that is based in rationality as I look at the State of the Union. The State of Da Yoonyun. Yeah, I mean, there's Fear of what ultimately? Dying? I mean, everyone's going to die. There's no point in being afraid of death. I think fear of death is something for people in their like 20s because they're just like trying to come to terms with the idea that they're not going to exist forever. You know, that makes sense to me then. If you're in your 30s and you're still afraid of death, I mean, I don't know, get over it because you're going to die. I'm more afraid that, you know, the world is going to become a place where, you know, people are nothing but exploited cannon fodder. I mean, it's been that for a while, but I'm afraid it's just going to become so codified that there's no escape from it. Because it seemed like at times in our history that there's been the potential for us to break away, to break those chains, and to ascend to something that's more egalitarian and equitable and good. But we've never managed it. But it seems to me like at a certain point, I think it's the point where we build the robots, where the robots become commonplace and they're all controlled by the oligarchs. I think that's the point where it's almost like completely over and there's just no chance anymore. And I feel like that date is fast approaching. I feel like I'll live to see it. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like once you know Jeff Bezos has a robot army at his command, there's no populist economic uprising at that point. There's no chance of like we're gonna make things better and fairer. Why be afraid of anything on earth since it's the same in the end either way? I'm not afraid of death, but I'm afraid of people not getting a chance to live fulfilling lives. I think there's already far too many people who are born into just abject misery as it is, and they never get to experience any sort of real like joy or fulfillment in their lives. And I think that as we proceed forth, more and more people are going to be born into that sort of misery. And there's going to be less and less of a possibility for them to escape it. You know, I think that if you want to look past your own ego and actually invest in the story of humanity, then there's a lot to be depressed about. Private robot armies. No one I talk to takes this future seriously. I feel like, I don't know, are they brainwashed into not taking it seriously? Is that the issue, or is it just a lack of imagination? It can't be a lack of imagination because we see so much media where we see these sorts of things. I guess maybe we take it for granted that it's just, oh, that's far-fetched, ridiculous sci-fi nonsense. But you look at like how many of the predictions of popular science fiction have come true, and it's like, oh, well, maybe we should take this a little more seriously. Because, you know, a lot of stuff that was, whoa, Star Trek, wow, the doors open on their own. It's crazy. Wait, that's normal now, you know? You walk into a store, a door just goes, whoop, you know? The automatic door is not some sort of like wonder anymore, right? The idea of the communicator, you know, they tap this thing, hey, Captain, blah, blah, blah. You know? It's like, oh, it's like a little tiny walkie-talkie. Oh, now we got cell phones, right? You know? Even in Star Trek, even the original Star Trek, they didn't have fucking supercomputers in their pockets, you know? But we do. I mean, the replicator, you know, 3D printing technology is fucking fast approaching that technology. You look at RoboCop, I mean, we're basically living in RoboCop at this point. The only thing we're missing is RoboCop, but everything else is there. So I don't know. It just seems crazy to me that people still don't take that kind of stuff seriously. Like, what do you mean? I don't know, bereft of imagination or just stubbornly refusing to see the obvious? I And like show them some fucking Boston Dynamics shit and be like, don't you see where this technology is going to go in just like 10, 15, 20 years? Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, you don't think these things are going to be busting down your door in a minute? I mean, like, you're a fucking idiot then. Like, look what it's already doing. Look what it's doing right now. It's not that far-fetched to extrapolate that it's going to be doing some crazier shit in the future, is it? Like, it's already doing it. It's already here. Where do you think it's going to be in 10 years? Where do you think it's going to be in 15 years? 20 years? The near future is a singularity of suffering. There is no path in space-time that leads to anything more but immersion and impoverishment. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, the one thing that, you know, the one source of hope that I have is that the impact of technology. You never know. There could be a black swan event, and there could be some very unforeseen things that, you know, are not, you know, contingent on any variable that I or anyone else could anticipate. So you never know. Like, for instance, the one thing I've thought about a few times is like, well, maybe when, you know, transhumanist technology comes out and people start augmenting themselves with their higher intellect, is going to come a higher degree of compassion. And there's going to come a higher degree of, like, there's going to come a realization of, like, wow, the selfishness. Like, Jeff Bezos is like, I am now going to increase my IQ to 500 or something with using this computer technology. And he's going to do that. And he's going to be like, whoa, wait. Holy fuck, I'm a selfish, egomaniacal prick. Wow, I've, like, the destructive cycle that I've perpetuated on this planet is so deleterious to, you know, the human species. Like, what have I done? What am I? I'm a monster. I need to fucking fix this, you know. And I'm, you know, that's my best hope is, like, when the billionaires start to augment themselves, they're going to, like, look around and realize, like, wait a minute, this is a horrible state of affairs that I've created. TJ, Boston Dynamics robots aren't real. Oh, okay, right. All CG, of course. Yeah. Even though, I mean, like, you can literally, like, go see them at, like, conventions and shit. They're not real. You can go look at them and actually, like, physically stand in their presence, but not real, though. Right? I forgot. You have way too high hopes for technology, TJ. Wait, why? I think it'll go the other way. He'll see us as inferior. That's more likely, for sure. But I don't know. I hope, you know, we've seen that, you know, sometimes greater intelligence can lead to greater conscientiousness and compassion. So maybe it'll be like that. You never know. Missed the stream. I've seen a few Streamlabs have come in. I haven't read them. I'll go ahead and read them. Let's see. What do we got? Why are they always changing their fucking layout on this goddamn son of a bitch? Let's see. Monthly tips. Is this where I need to go to look at them? No? Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out how to fucking look at this. All right, here we go. Okay, so it looks like we got a couple of people have... sorry, do you really find intelligence is correlated with morality? Yeah, I do. Why? Do you not think that's true? I feel like most of the people, I mean, like, I don't know, you look at history, you look at the people who have been extraordinarily intelligent, and I feel like most of them have a higher degree of moral consciousness than stupid people. I don't know. Even the intelligent people that are evil, at least, are rational. So I don't know. Usually, anyway. I guess there are instances of people who are very smart who are just rationalize their own evil. Anyway, Tucker White 94 gave $5. Says valorous day, most wondrous scammer. I proposeth a transaction. Thee receiveth dollars, and I gazeth upon buttocks. Do you accepteth this offer? No. Sorry. I would, but it's YouTube. I can't show buttocks. I don't know what's worse, that every president, this is also from Tucker White, by the way, that every president since the 1980s has been a continuation of Ronald Reagan, or that every president after Franklin Delano Roosevelt should stand before the Hague for war crimes. I don't know. But I mean, really, FDR, as good as he was the architect behind the internment camps of the Japanese, so it's not like he's blameless. After scrolling, this is from Occasional Doomer, who gives 666, is after scrolling Twitter in frustration on recent events, Putin notices your brilliance and DMs you for advice on how to salvage Russia's position. He promises you half of his oil fortune in exchange. What is strategy do you offer? Thanks for the content. Okay, so Arnold Schwarzenegger has done this better than any other politician I've ever seen. So there was a ton of these ballot initiatives that Schwarzenegger backed that were pretty unpopular, and he backed them very strongly and was like, "We got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this." They were anti-union stuff. I forget exactly what the measures were, but they were really stupid measures that were very conservative and way too conservative for blue California. And he championed them, and they failed. And the news media is like, well, this is going to sink Schwarzenegger. And lo and behold, Schwarzenegger comes out and immediately is just like, disavows every fucking ballot initiative that lost. He's just like, that was a bad idea. I believed in it, but, the people of California, they have rejected it. And I say it is garbage. This shit, I spit upon it. Fuck you, ballot initiatives. You go to hell and you die. All of a sudden he's like against the ballot initiatives, just like totally throws them like, fuck those ballot initiatives were fucking trash. I did support them at the time, but now the people of California have spoken and I hate them. So it's like, basically, don't even just do a mea culpa, but now you're like adamantly like, fuck that bullshit. The people have spoken and I have changed my mind radically. Putin should do something like that, basically. If he wants to like have like a PR, salvation, that'd be what he had to do. Just be like, the people of Russia have spoken, the international community has spoken, people of Ukraine have spoken, and I have heard their pleas, and I understand that, this whole thing was a bad idea, and I totally disavow it, and it was a terrible fucking idea, and I can't believe we did this. What a waste of life and gold and resources and all that shit. Fuck this. Fuck this trash. It's over. We're done with that. That chapter is closed, And just totally disavow it. And just be like, this is I was this fucking idiot to do that. I can't believe I did that. Sorry. That'd be basically what he could do. With Schwarzenegger, it worked great. People were like, wow, yeah, he really fucking disowned that shit. He fought for it tooth and nail until it came down to it, and he realized it was, the measures were beat, and he was just like, fuck those measures. Those measures suck. So, yeah, that was basically, that's how you have to do it, I think, as a politician. But politicians don't want to do that because their pride gets all wrapped up in shit, and they decide, I don't want to admit that I was wrong, Well, they need to admit they're wrong. So Putin just, he'd have to do that. And I think, honestly, he'd get a lot of respect for it. He could come out with his reputation intact. Some people would fucking point out what he was doing. But most people would be like, I admire that, it's good to see a leader that can admit when he's wrong. Has anyone other than Arnold ever done that? Not that I've ever seen. I wish I could remember the specific stuff, the specific things, and go find you the speech that he makes afterwards, because it was just fucking brilliant. Like Literally, it was like this gigantic issue in California. Everyone was fucking pissed about it. Everyone was pissed at Arnold about like him championing this shit. And then when it lost, he just came out there and excoriated his own fucking shit. He was just like, it was garbage. It was crap. Like he just like totally like, wah! And people were like, I think people would be like, what? Arnold, you fucking fought tooth and nail for that shit. Come on, Arnold, you're a hypocrite. But instead they were just like, I admire that he did that. I admired that he fucking, he did that shit. You like the charity stream, figured I deserve some of my money, really like the Billie Eilish cover. Thank you. Appreciate it. You open yourself up to too much ownership of the death toll. That doesn't matter for Putin. That's not going to hurt Putin. Putin can absorb that. No one expects Putin to not be bloody-handed. With all the death, I don't think that would work. It would. I think it would. I don't think anyone's going to give a shit in the long run. Not in Russia, anyway. But, hey, maybe maybe Putin will maybe he's just going to win and it won't matter. I know they say that there's like Kiev surrounded, right? Russian troops closing in on all sides. So he takes Kiev. He pretty much wins at that point. You take the capital, you got it. So at that point, Putin just wins and he's just like, yeah, I won, bitch. What now? All that fucking shit you guys did, all your interference, I still fucking won. How about how you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. Something, 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 blah, blah, blah today. And that's it. So, yeah, Putin doesn't have to give a shit at that point. He just won. And people get pissed at him. The sanctions will go on for a while, but eventually he's going to make some deals with China and shit, and the ruble will recover, and, he's going to have all this new territory and resources and land and shit. And, the people of Ukraine will fall in a line, and he'll just be, he'll be president of he'll probably install some puppet fucking government there. Some pro-Putin puppet president or PM in Ukraine. And it'll just be a little fucking, Russian satellite state. And he'll, get richer off of it and its resources. You're saying Putin is real, first of all. Putin is definitely real. Why would Putin not be real? Whatever. I'm not even going to engage with this. Okay. Russia just switched their currency from CIS to SWIFT. Yeah, that'll do it. If he takes the cities, he has to then fight a giant insurgency while his economy suffers from sanctions. Yeah, well, look, you either believe that Putin was fully aware that there were going to be sanctions against him, which you'd have to believe, right? You'd have to believe he knew about those. Or you'd have to believe he doesn't know, but he didn't know that was going to happen. In which case, Putin is an idiot. In which case, we should be way more worried about Putin. Because you know what? If Putin's just evil, then we can deal with evil. Evil is rational, right? An evil person can still have rational self-interest. A stupid person is just like, you can't count on them to even be rational. You just count on they're just, going to do whatever the fuck. So, I'd really hope that Putin is not a stupid guy. I'd much rather him be evil than stupid. So, he's a hologram. Putin's a work, bro. Holy crap, TJ is so dumb. I love you guys. You're my favorite kind of criticism because the specificity you bring. Because it's like, wow, it's so hard to just listen to someone talk and be like, ugh, so dumb. So wrong, so dumb. Because only someone with your insight could do that, right? You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't fucking, no, you know, it's not like anyone could go into any fucking person's chat and be like, oh my God, dumb take, awful. It's like, you know what I like about it is how you didn't bother to come up with any sort of like reason why, or like present a counter argument, or be like, or come up with like, hey, you know, you're dumb because you said this when actually it's this way. No, just like, you're dumb. You're fucking stupid. Listen here, bucko. You're fucking dumb as dirt. All right, shit. I guess maybe I am. I guess I'm dumb then. Test. What are you testing? TJ, so dumb. Flat face, yawn. You're the one. Wait, you're the one who said that. What? Okay. So dumb. Now beg me for an explanation for why it's dumb. I mean, yeah, it's my biggest fucking pet peeve, you know? Just like, if I'm dumb, that's fine. You can think I'm a fucking moron all you want, but like, just tell me why. Provide some goddamn evidence for why I'm dumb. Like, come up with a fucking explanation. Come up with a reason. But whatever. They're never going to do it. They never do. You always fucking challenge them on it, and they never fucking have shit, so. So it's almost pointless to bring up, but it is my pet peeve for sure. I don't know what he's testing. Like, is he testing, like, if his, like, shit's coming through? TJ, your position on this issue is dumb. Holy shit. Now that you mention it, wow. Can suicidality be rational? Self-harm, mutual destruction? I mean, sure. Everything can have, I mean, like, there's always going to be situations where something is justified. So, like, suicidality, right? I mean, if your life is nothing but suffering and there's no chance of getting better, then yeah. Like, if you're terminally ill, or you're extremely old, and, you know, your body has deteriorated to the point where it's just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. You know, I mean, stuff like that, where it's just like, oh, man, there's, you know, things are bad and there's no chance of them ever getting better because of, like, medical issues or advanced age or something like that. But, like, if it's just like, I'm depressed, well, you know, depression can be dealt with. Self-harm, I think, you know, it depends on the reasoning why. You know, if you're self-harming out of some sort of, like, TJ, you're dumb because you address the stupid comments that call you dumb, that's definitely true. See, that's a solid reason right there. Mutual destruction is pretty much never justifiable. I don't know. What happens when you die, TJ? Not much. I think, you know, your brain ceases to fire neurons. It ceases to be capable of thought, and then you become a Republican. No, you know, you stop having consciousness, and you know, everything you are is cast into oblivion. What are they about Evangelion? That's cool. What about antinatalism? I think antinatalism is a silly philosophy or position or whatever you want to call it. What happens when you cry? I know now why you cry, but it is something I could never do. Lure me in, the ship must be destroyed. Ba-bump, bump, ba-bump. Ba-da-na, ba-ba-ba. For the first time, I look at the future with hope. Because if a machine, a Terminator, can learn the value of human life, maybe we can too. Da-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. Shit. Why, oh, why must I cry, cry, cry? Hi, TJ. I live in a poor country, so even if I give you a lot of money, you'll receive only cents. Love your videos. Fuck the USA. Control of the world financial system. Yeah, sorry you live in such a shitty country. Well, you know, if your currency is so undervalued, why don't I give you some money? Why don't I give you some of my money, and then it'll be a ton of money for you, right? You know, that sounds fun, right? Give you some fucking cash, Ivan, since you're so cool and shit. You're watching me from some shithole where money ain't worth shit. Yeah, I don't know if they got PayPal in your country or something like that. Cash App, I don't know. Write me, Ivan. Give you some fucking money, dude. Get you some fucking cash. Help you out, buddy. If you think consciousness is the root of suffering, you should first make a device that makes sure nature will never create something capable of it again. Reorder all molecules so they can't interact. Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a tall order. It seems like, does money make you happy? It can. Depends on what you're going to buy with it, I guess. Like recently I bought tickets to go see The Batman. That made me happy. You know, if I hadn't had the money to buy those The Batman tickets, I would have been less happy. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect from Joe Biden. I feel like he's just going to I feel like it's going to be a litany of excuses. And I think it's just going to be like him going over all the stuff that's wrong and then promising it's going to get better real soon. Is Shinji Ikari worse than Gendo Ikari? No, I don't think so. Because Shinji at least tries to connect with his fellow human beings. Gendo doesn't even make an attempt. Yeah, I want to see The Batman in the theaters, dude. You guys know it's 3 fucking hours long? Why is it, tell me this, why is it that if Netflix puts out a show, like if Netflix had a show called like, Netflix is putting out their new The Batman show, or well, it wouldn't be Netflix, it would be HBO Max. We're doing a new show, The Batman. It's going to be a high-budget Batman show. Putting out 10 episodes. Each episode's an hour, right? I would be so ready to sit down and binge that 10 hours of The Batman, right? But the fact that the Batman movie is 3 hours, I'm like, oh, man, 3 hours? Jeez, that's a long time. You know what I mean? Like, why? I will sit down and watch 10 hours of The Batman and be like excited for it. Not only that, I'll like, I wish there was more. But if there's 3 hours in the form of a movie, it's like, oh man, 3 hour movie? That's kind of long. What? It doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make sense. There is some kind of weird psychological trick at work there. Can't believe you would waste time watching Biden State of the Union. It's pointless. I mean, if I wasn't doing, I mean, like if we weren't mining it for commentary, I definitely would not. Like I have no natural inclination to watch it. What's the state of our onions, TJ? They're becoming nuggets, dude. Haven't you seen that? All of our onions have become nuggets. I just could not bring myself to give a fuck about that Boba Fett show. Maybe I'll watch it one of these days. I don't have Disney Plus right now. But whenever I get that back, maybe I'll take a look at it. Because it has 10 stopping points to a 10 mini story arc. Right, but I'm literally going to sit there and binge all 10 hours, like from start to finish. So I'm like, the breaks don't really mean anything to me. I'm going to sit there and watch them all. So, like, what does it really mean? You can pause a 10-hour show, right, but I'm not going to, is the point. Like, I'm going to sit there and binge it all. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how they I don't know how they fucking came to the conclusion that I wanted to see what the fuck Boba Fett looked like under the mask, because I didn't. I mean, I did, but like I didn't really want to know. It's like he's cool because the mask is cool. And you already had a show about a guy wearing that same fucking mask. And I feel like that show was fine. And the fact that you felt like you needed to have another show about a guy in like virtually identical costume who's like a way more boring character inside, just like some like frumpy looking bald dude who's like, I'm Boba Fett, I guess. It's like, are you? Because no. And also, like, if you watch the movies, like, Boba Fett was not, I mean, like, he looks cool, but he's kind of a bitch. Like, they have him as some kind of badass now. This is a dude that got defeated by, like, happenstance when blind-ass Han Solo just, like, turned and, like, hit his rocket pack on accident and sent him careening into the fucking side of Jabba's fucking pleasure yacht. And then just fell into the Sarlacc pit and died, but somehow is still alive because I guess he's so badass he crawled his way out after his dumb ass fell in there. Like, what? That doesn't make no sense. Hey, baby. What's up? Yeah, sure. Hold on. Give me a second. Stand by. Okay. This. All right. Yeah, Boba Fett sucks. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. I mean, like, he was just a lame ass character from Star Wars that got like a good reputation just because he had a cool mask. And then they decided he's like a super badass, but he's also this bald, frumpy dude. And it's like, oh my God, give me a break. We see Boba Fett as a kid. So it's not, well, I mean, you see him, yeah, I mean, much later though, in the stupid prequels, which I don't consider canon. I honestly don't consider anything canon other than the fucking original trilogy. I don't care what you guys what you say to me. Fuck the books, fuck the extended universe, fuck the Disney shit, fuck the Lucas prequels. As far as I'm concerned, there's 3 fucking Star Wars things that exist. And then there's The Mandalorian, which I think is okay. So, yeah. I'll consider all that canon, but anything I don't like is not canon, and I don't like most of it at this point, so. He's a bounty hunter, and that's cool, sure. Fat, bald, loser, badasses need representation. I mean, hey, rock on. That's true. I'll give you that. You know, maybe I need to, you know what? Maybe, you know, you almost kind of talked me into watching it with that comment, so. Are you excited for the Batman? Hell yeah, I am. It's the most excited I've been for a movie in a long fucking time, so it better be fucking good. Are we canon if we disagree with you, TJ? Who even said that? Yeah, well, that was the reason I thought, dude, I thought Disney was going to do a great job with Star Wars because they did such a good job with Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, love or hate the Marvel movies, you have to admit that there's like a discipline to them and they fucking make sure that they fucking their approach to that universe is meticulous. They make sure that everything they do fits into the fucking grand scheme of things and everything is very carefully planned out. And I thought they were going to bring that same sort of fucking, you know, spirit to the Star Wars universe, and I was fucking so wrong, dude. They have fucking, oh my God, they've botched it so bad. I don't know, man. I consider all the things I like canon, yeah. Amen. Even the stuff that contradicts the other stuff is canon. It's all canon. Feel bad for Lucas? Why? You feel bad for him? He got to be a fucking gazillionaire and eat fucking ho-hos all day, you know? I don't really feel bad for him. I don't really see the reason to. Oh my God, I want a fucking fast food cheeseburger so bad right now. Hey TJ, I watched you all day at work. Did you watch my charity stream? Did you like the Marvel movies? So the Marvel movies, I have a weird relationship with them because on one hand, I feel like they're the death of cinema. And I feel like they're really empty in terms of like emotion or like genuine passion or genuine intelligence. But they're so gosh darn entertaining, man. Like they just, I don't know. They pretty much just have no goal in mind other than to just be fun. And I don't know, that they kind of are. You know what I mean? Like they're not, it's like they are like, you know, I just said a minute ago, man, I could go for a fast food cheeseburger. That's what a Marvel movie is to me. It's a fast food fucking cheeseburger. Tastes good, has no nutritional value. But tastes good. I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. So I don't know. I like it. So you're a conspiracy theorist. We are no different. You pick and choose which facts you accept. Just ignore my crazy ass. I'm talking about a fictional universe. I'm talking about what entries in a film series I'm willing to acknowledge as canon. Okay, like that's not the same as doing that with like literally reality. But okay, I'll take your point nonetheless. Look, I think entertainment should be entertaining. I believe this. If you make a film that is like deep and poignant and metaphysical or whatever the fuck, okay, that's great. I'm glad it's all those things, but is it fucking entertaining? And if the answer to that question is no, then you've made a piece of shit. I don't care how smart it is or how clever it is or its use of camera angles or the cinematography is brilliant. Is it entertaining? If it's not entertaining, sorry to say, it's a piece of shit, because films are meant to be entertaining. Video games are meant to be entertaining. It's meant to be entertaining. So I don't care. Like if you can make something that's entertaining and profound and philosophical and it's brilliant and it really makes you think, okay, cool. Then you've made a fucking masterpiece. But if you're at a juncture where you can choose between like this is fun or this is poignant, choose fun. Because that's what a fucking movie is for, all right? It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a good time. Now, that doesn't mean it always has to be like wee light, airy fun, because there can be like dark, sinister fun too. But it should always be enjoyable on some fucking goddamn level. It should appeal to some fucking place in the human psyche. And that's when I've written my book, I've been writing on it for fucking ever now, it seems like, and I've gone through so many iterations and I've thrown so much away and been like, this doesn't work. And I've really been agonizing over this fucking book, trying to make it as good as possible. One thing I've always kept in my head is, this has to be entertaining. This has to be fun. So any fucking idea I have about like, I want to be seen as profound. I want to be seen as like, wow, this is really deep and wow, surprisingly poignant stuff. All that shit is secondary to, it has to be fun. It has to be a good time. It has to be something that people want to read because cool stuff is happening. The book's called Sexbot Uprising. So it can't be some dry, boring bullshit. It's got to have a lot of fucking crazy, fun shit in it. It's got to be a lot of fucking, Fudenaris and giantesses and fucking lube and blood and violence and space bullshit and cat boys and, whatever the fuck. It's got to have all that. It's got to be crazy. It's got to be like, oh my God, this is a fucking wild goddamn ride. It can't be some boring ass, what do my farts smell like? Oh, yeah, I'm so brilliant. And I feel like a lot of artists I see, they fall into that, oh, wow, look how smart I am. Look how clever. You're not clever. You're not smart. If you're not clever and smart enough to realize that your fucking book or your movie or your video game or whatever the fuck it is needs to entertain people, then you're fucking stupid. I want my goal is that even if my book is shit, even if it's poorly written, even if it's like a piece of goddamn crap, and it's like, wow, TJ, you don't know what the fuck you're doing with this. My goal is that there's enough wild shit in there that people are still like, you know what? Despite it all, it's kind of fun to read. Yeah, because it's not that hard to fucking be fun, right? Just fucking do crazy shit. Give them something crazy. Give them something wild. Open a scene in a fucking, karaoke bar that's been repurposed into a church where an army of fucking simps are listening to the sermon of a sex robot modeled after Jane Mansfield, who is now a narcissistic megalomaniac trying to convince them that she's like their god now, and succeeding. And then, fucking one of them up the ass with a gigantic fucking Fuda cock that lubricates like a pleasure drug that can, turn you into a fucking simpering zombie. That's the kind of shit people want to read. At least I hope it is. And if it's not, then I guess don't buy my book. But if it is, then, buy that fucker. Krista, since you work at a bookstore and shit, you should be one of my beta readers. I need a few. I definitely need some fucking input from some more people on this fucking thing. You can do a self-read audiobook of it. I guess I probably will, because I feel like if I put out an audiobook, the demand is going to be for me to be the one reading it. But, man, I really don't look forward to doing that. What movie is that, TJ? Is that a real one? Or are you making that up on the spot? I'm literally just describing a scene from my fucking book, dude. It's like a scene that I've been working on. So, yeah. Need audiobook, too stupid to read. I know. I'm going to definitely have to put out an audiobook. If anyone wants to do the beta reader thing, send me a fucking thing in Twitter. Now I'm gonna be like, you're gonna have to sign a fucking contract that literally says you're not gonna fucking share it with anybody, and if it leaks out there, you're gonna get your ass beat. So, yeah, there has to be an audiobook version, because there's definitely people out there who are way more into audiobooks than they are reading. So. Let me know when you need an alpha reader, TJ. Shut up, Sarah. You fucking dumbass. I've edited books before. I'll read it. Okay. Hey, remember that part a minute ago when I said send me a Twitter DM? That's the place to do that. Like this chat. I didn't say start telling me in the chat. I said send me a Twitter DM. Thanks. Fuck that. Make them read that shit, lazy fucks. I mean, hey, I want it to reach the broadest audience possible, bro. I'll make a Twitter for that. Guys, I've gotten really good at making chicken wings in my air fryer. I'm going to tell you guys how to do the best chicken wings in the air fryer. It's really fucking easy. You guys want to know? So go buy yourself some chicken wings. Now, a lot of people tell you to just buy like the big chicken wing and cut it yourself. Don't do that. They say it's easy. It's not. Okay? Don't fucking do that. So just get the pre-cut chicken wings, right? Get a bunch of them. Here's what you do. Lay out a towel on your counter, okay? A shitty towel. Don't use like the towel you use to dry off with. Find yourself like a shitty kind of ratty towel, but it's got to be clean. Lay the chicken wings out on that towel, all right? Give them some separation. Make sure they're not right next to each other. Then take a paper towel, pat each and every single one of those motherfuckers dry on the side that's facing up. The moisture on the bottom will go in the towel. The moisture on the top goes in the paper towel. Pat, 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 pat. Get them as dry as you fucking can, right? Salt them. Pepper them. Onion powder them. Paprika them. A little bit of cayenne. Don't go crazy. Cayenne, cayenne, cayenne. Little dash on each fucking wing. Fucking a lot of that stuff is going to end up in the towel. Take the towel, roll it up into like a homeless person's fucking knapsack, and just shake that son of a bitch. Get the coating all over the fucking chicken. Open it up, look at it, see if there's enough seasoning all over the thing. If not, more seasoning. Whatever you see like there's not enough of, do some more of it. Get that shit on there. Okay, then get some fucking flour. Get a bowl of flour, okay? Take some flour. Not too much, just enough to coat the shit. Like maybe like two or three big heaping spoonfuls of flour. Add some Tony Chachere's to that flour. Not too much, but enough that they're good fucking healthy. Because not all of it's getting up on there. There's gonna be flour left over, and some of that Tony's isn't gonna be used either. Put that shit in there. Take those chicken wings. Fucking put them in there. Flip, 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 flip. Get them good coated. Put them in a fucking bowl as you're doing it. Boop, 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 boop. Get every chicken wing coated in flour. Oh, and add some cornstarch in there too. Very important. Cornstarch and flour, like a nice tablespoon of cornstarch, or maybe even like a tablespoon and a half. Boom, boom, boom. Put all the chicken wings through that shit. Get them coated, okay? Then take your air fryer. Put the motherfuckers in the air fryer. It's gonna depend on the fucking particulars of your air fryer, but put those motherfuckers in the air fryer for a little while. Like, don't cook them quite all the way. Get them almost cooked all the way, but not quite all the way, okay? Then take them out. Put them in the refrigerator for like 25 to 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. The longer they sit in the refrigerator, the better they're going to be, obviously within reason. If you can sit them in there for like an hour or two, that's even better. Then take them out, refry them again till they're fucking completely cooked. They're going to be super fucking crispy. Then put them in the sauce of your choice, flip them around in there. You're going to have the best fucking goddamn chicken wings. Super crunchy on the outside, super tender on the inside, super fucking delicious. Excellent quality goddamn chicken wing. You're going to love it. Do that shit. That's fucking dope. You want some dope-ass chicken wings? That's how you fucking do it. Now, you want boneless wings? Here's what you want to do. Go look at yourself in the mirror and fucking smack yourself a couple times, because boneless wings ain't fucking wings. You don't even like wings if you want boneless wings. You like fucking spicy chicken nuggets. That's what you're into. Go to McDonald's, get yourself some chicken nuggets, and tell yourself they're wings, because they ain't. Dumbass motherfuckers. Anyway. Actually just bought an air fryer. Well, here's your perfect fucking chance to make you some goddamn top-notch motherfucking chicken wings then. Maybe that will be the next Cooking with TJ. I don't know, because they're so fucking good. That's a fucking chicken goddamn McNugget is what that fucking is, okay? That's a chicken McNugget. That ain't legit. That's a chicken nugget. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, okay? You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, boneless chicken wings are beta as fuck. That is true. Boneless wings are superior. Look, you like chicken nuggets? Go ahead and like chicken nuggets, but don't fucking tell me that chicken nugget is a goddamn chicken wing. A chicken nugget is not a chicken wing. You can put wing sauce on a chicken nugget. That don't make it a fucking chicken wing, my friend. Sorry, you just don't like wings. Just accept the fact that you don't like wings and move on with your fucking life. It's fine. You like chicken nuggets. No problem with that. But don't come to me, a fucking chicken wing appreciator, and even fucking be like, my boneless wings are better. It's like, no, they're not, because they ain't wings, bitch. Boneless wings ain't wings. Oh, this is actually way better. It's like, okay, maybe it's better, but it's not in the same category. It's a nugget. It's a fucking nugget, bitch. The stuffed mushroom, well, then mushroom is good. I need to make that again. I haven't made that in a minute. You know what I'm trying to do right now? I want to make a potato chip crusted chicken. I want to do a chicken breast that's like coated in crushed potato crumbs. The potato chip crumbs. It's probably a recipe out there, but I really want to do one. And I thought of it because I was making chicken wings and I was eating potato chips while I waited for the wings to be done. Because that's like a big thing for me. So I'll fucking sit there and snack while I'm cooking. Oh, you're going to ruin your appetite. It's like, that's literally not fucking possible, okay? Believe me, I would love to be able to ruin my appetite, but I have not the power. What is this? What the fuck happened here? When you're going to volunteer in the Ukraine army? Oh, I'm just about to, dude. You caught me. I'm going to wait. I'm flying out to the Ukraine later tonight, man. That's what I'm doing. What flavor chips? I was just eating these, like, so it was just like normal Ruffle potato chips. It wasn't like the main brand. It was like it was like the store brand for whatever store they got it from. I don't know. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to totally make that. They make nuggets. Literally, they throw newborn chicks into a giant grinder mechanism, and their fine paste becomes a nugget. Yeah. That's fucked up, dude. I've seen it. Little tiny chicks, beep, 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 shoved in the fucking grinder. It's like, oh. All right. I don't want to know. Too much, man. Me and Vosh, yeah, we're going to We're going to be the streaming commandos. We're going to fucking stream us killing some Ruskies, man. Take that, Putin. Well, Ukraine just lost. Yeah, dude, yeah, that's not bad. Just tell Putin, like, hey, Putin, you looking for a fucking puppet dictator? I'll be the new leader of the Ukraine. Just tell me what to do. Just hang out in a fucking palace in the Ukraine and shit. In a palace in the Ukraine, that is what I do. That is my pain. Okay. I am seeing some beta reader interests. That's cool. I'm sorry that the term is beta reader, you know? Bom, 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 bom. La da 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 da. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. I hate sneezing. Oh, fucking Jesus. Can you cuss out my brother? His name is Christian. All right. I guess I could do that. Tell me his flaws. Tell me what Christian's flaws are that I should be making fun of. Because I don't want to just curse him out in some generic way. There's gotta be some specifics, right? So tell me about Christian and what you want me to say, and I'll lay something out for you. My sneezes are fucking horrible. I have the most violent fucking sneezes. I like literally. Sometimes they rock my whole body. I hate sneezing because it's like just violent, horrible stuff. Yeah, I know his name is Christian. That's good. We got that. I don't know if Ugly Nacho just showed up here and said, TJ, can you cuss out my brother, please? And then just left. Just like, yeah, curse out my brother's name is Christian. And then when I didn't immediately do it, he's just like, all right, I'm gone. Sneezing is not satisfying for me. Sneezing is horrible. Yeah, I have violent, loud sneezes that just like, I don't know, scare people around me and stuff. It's just not fun. His name is a religion for one. He also has a binge eating disorder. Okay. Well, that's something. I mean, can I get a little more than that, though? Because, like, that's just two things. I already could have fucking told you his name was a religion. That's, like, blatantly obvious just from the fact that his name is Christian. Literally the most popular religion on the face of the planet. He has a binge eating disorder. That's something. Okay. Give me some fucking facts. Like, is he ugly? Is he stupid? Is he short? Is he fucking, I don't know, whatever. Like, give me his insecurities and shit. Like, you want this fucking to be a good curse out or what? Like, don't be lazy with it. Fucking give me some biographical details on little fucker. You know, tell me his fucking issues. I want to make sure. I want to give you fucking more bang for your buck. Not that you're even paying me, but whatever. I like to do nice things for people. Someone says curse out my brother, I'm down to do it. But come on, like give me some material to work with. So far, you give me two things. He's Christian. His name is Christian, and he has an eating disorder, a binge eating disorder. What else we got? Oh, not just hard as into it. Yeah, I agree. I'm not believing you really want this at this point because you're not even giving me what I need to do what I need to do. It's his twin brother. That's why he's hesitant. Yeah. It's like, oh, man, if you call him ugly, you're calling me ugly because I'm, damn it. Roast ugly Nacho instead. I'm getting close to just wanting to roast him more because he's just being so slow. Like, how fucking hard is this? He is short. He is fat. He is dumb. He wears glasses. Like, give me some basic shit, bro. This is Jack. State of the Union is strong. Paul, I don't even know why you want to watch the State of the Union, Paul, because you know fucking damn well this country is in fucking tip-top shape. I don't know if you're going to try to spin it into some kind of cynical Paul narrative where things aren't going fucking wonderfully right now. Because clearly they are. You know, Paul's always trying to fucking make it seem like things are gone awry. All right, I'm pretty close to giving up on ugly Nacho or whatever and making fun of his brother because he doesn't want to give me anything. He don't want to give me nothing to work with. So la da da la da da la da 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 da. No malarkey, you know the thing, says Paul Parkey. Yeah, I think Ugly Nacho has left the building. Damn, I was really looking forward to roasting his brother too. Oh well. He's addicted to Del Taco. Wow. After all that time, all you have is that? After all the fucking time we've sat here waiting for your ass to fucking give us some fucking details, all you came up with is he's addicted to Del Taco? Which pretty much just like, okay. Roast him instead. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the worst thing about Christian is his dumbass brother who can't even fucking get through a goddamn Like, you ask the guy for, like, a single detail. Like, hey, man, please roast my brother. It's like, okay, give me some ammo against him. His name is Christian. Okay, give me some ammo against him. He's got a binge eating disorder. It's like, okay, and... he likes Del Taco. It's like, oh my god. I figure out the biggest flaw with Christian is his brother's a goddamn idiot. Ugly Nacho, fucking Jesus Christ. Stupid fucking idiot motherfucker. Can't even fucking tell you shit. Like, I asked for some basic goddamn details. Like, do you not even know your own brother? Is your brother some dude you just like met one time? Like, you guys grew up in like different households and you met him once and you're like, man, maybe, so what do I actually know about this dude? I know he likes to eat like Del Taco and his name is Christian, which is totally gay. That's it? That's all you fucking got, bitch? Yeah. You know what? You should be sucking Christian's fucking cock, all right? Because Christian, I'm hoping that he's a little smarter than you. I'm hoping that he got the fucking good genes. Because your ass fucking sucks. Come here and make a fucking request of me. I try to fulfill it. Try to get the fucking information I need to fulfill that request. And all you got for me is fucking tepid bullshit. Stupid motherfucking idiot. You know, I bet you Christian's a fucking stand-up guy. Binge eating disorder. Probably eats to deal with the depression of having you for a fucking brother. Probably goes to Del Taco just to get away from your ugly ass. Truth is, Christian's a 6-foot varsity athlete, Chad, with a 4.0 GPA and 2 hot girlfriends, so it's hard to roast him. Yeah, you're probably right. Nice try, Christian's brother. Thanks, ugly nacho. Whatever. We had fun with it nonetheless, buddy. Hey, where the fuck can I even watch this stupid State of the Union? Because I guess we got to like watch this in a minute. It's supposed to start at 8, right? State of the Union address. State of the Union address. State of the Union, State of the Union, State of the Union address. All right, so it's going to be here, I guess, on NBC, ABC, MSNBC. Who's this bitch?
Currently is. In this sense, of course, you know, the situation with Ukraine is something that happened very quickly.
No.
Something that he probably 3 to 4 weeks ago was not anticipating he would have to address tonight. So again, he's got a real chance, a real opportunity to talk to the American people. You know, folks who are watching network television, people do tune in for this, even if they're relatively politically agnostic or not engaged until it's time to vote. And they're going to want to hear how President Biden is going to keep them safe, them and their families safe, also protect them.
Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Anyway, I guess we'll be watching this shit later. That should be a fucking grand old time, right? Man, what a bunch of dog shit, huh? State of my asshole. Anyway. So if you guys want to watch me and Paul and Scotty shit on the State of the Union address, we'll be going live behind the Patreon paywall at 8 o'clock. Starting around 8, yep. We'll be doing that. We'll be watching. And it's going to be a good old time, hopefully. We'll see. And we'll be talking some shit, probably making fun of Joe Biden's fucking inarticulate ass. Thanks, Biologist Burn. I appreciate that. I got bit by a rabid bat at work. I hope I don't die. Here's some money. Jesus Christ, dude. You going to the hospital, right? I mean, if the bat's rabid, you definitely need to go to the fucking hospital, right? You're going to the hospital? You're not just going to be like, I'll deal with that myself, right? You need to go, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go. You guys are cool. Had a really good time talking to you. I feel like you guys have lifted my spirits a little bit, so that's a good thing. Because I feel like when I started this, I was down here in this place where I was talking. And now I feel like more like myself a little bit, and I'm talking a little bit more like how I want to feel, you know? So that's good. And Kyle is watching it with breaking points. Yeah. Well, we're going to give you a fucking spin that no one else is going to give you. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to say that we're going to have the best State of the Union reaction, and ours is behind a paywall, whereas a lot of people's are free. But I will say this. Whatever we're going to say is something you're not going to hear from everybody else, because we're pretty fucking unique in how we approach shit. I think that's our strength. Maybe sometimes our weakness, because people are like, oh, I don't know where they fit into the mold. But hey, fuck that shit. That's what you guys like. You guys like that we're fucking offbeat and weird about shit. So we'll see you then. Hope you guys will join us on the other side of that Patreon paywall if you're not already patrons. You know, $7 a month, you get 16% off if you do it fucking on a yearly basis. So that's a fucking pretty cool deal. And once again, I'm looking for beta readers for my book. Send me a thing on Twitter if you want to talk about it. And love you all. Bye-bye.